Over here in the north, old school from StarCraft 1, now here in StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. He is
MVP Swagger.
The minimap kind of looks like a guy whistling. Funny hair.
over here in the south, the world champion from last year. He is
SK Telecom T1 Party.
You know what? No, I take it back. It looks like an Octorok.
Yes, it looks like an Octorok from Zelda.
Yeah.
I hated the Octorok, man.
You know what? I don't know why you would hate the Octorok.
Well, for one, my shield never properly
you actually, that's true. That is the
that
truth.
Is the truth,
Isn't
man.
that the truth right there?
I'm like, I swear to God, I think I'm lining the pixels up. There aren't a lot on Nintendo.
No, there's a big hitbox for that one, man.
That was, yes.
That little shield, I don't know what that was. That was like trying to deflect stuff with the tip of a pencil.
Oh, no kidding, man. Yeah. That was like trying to stop a bullet by holding it up with stopping it with my cell phone case or something.
Oh, God. Well, here we are, Tasteless, waiting to see what happens on this Octorok-shaped map.
This map's got little eyes in the middle if you look at it.
Yeah, it's the Octorok eyes.
It's clearly got some bags under its eyes or around its eyes, too. This map has not slept in a while.
No, it has not.
It has not, man.
Well, so I guess we just sit here and wait for the tech because all PvPs, almost all of them, in fact, open the same.
Yep, we just have to wait for
If you don't go double gas, that's when I start going, wow, what's going on
What's happening here? Is he building gateways in the guy's base?
Yeah.
You know, we don't, do we have as many snow title maps?
Well, you know, last season was Neo Planet S. Thank God that map's gone.
God.
But now I guess we have two this season, this one and the other. So that's kind of cool.
I'm so interested to see what the... yeah, me too, actually. I liked it when we were doing the seasonal stuff on the maps, where like
cool,
once summer came, then the map became like summertime, and then when winter came, the map had winter title set.
You know, I think that might not happen again, though, because now it's like a worldwide thing. And don't forget that Australia is part of the world, and their seasons are opposite.
Their winters are quite different from ours.
Yeah. And I guess all the people at the equator, their winters are quite different as well, aren't they?
Indeed. But you know, the weather here in Korea, man, that changes dramatically. It does. It's basically always perfect weather to not go outside and play a video game instead.
Yeah. It's a good reason why Koreans are so good at games. Look at this, Swagger going for that Twilight again. Will it be a Blink build? It definitely could be. He's making multiple stalkers, but
it's some kind of an ice base over here. Who lives there?
Santa Claus, perhaps.
Is that Mr. Freeze's
Which
base?
pole is this? We don't really know.
We don't know.
Well, since the North Pole is technically just water right now, I think this is the South Pole.
Maybe it's Arkham City and Mr. Freeze just froze everything.
Maybe that's
it. Maybe that's his building right there.
Ah,
he doesn't freeze everything in the city in Arkham City. Which comic book is that? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Freeze, to be totally honest.
No, in fact, that's when I stopped playing Arkham City. Like, attack him all these attacks you never use. I'm like, ugh. Play StarCraft instead. All right, so we actually have the 4-gate blink here coming from Swagger, whereas Parting is just putting on a bit of pressure and going for a Stargate. Now,
bruising that mothership core a little bit.
The build lines up a little bit better, especially when you see an Oracle and a Nexus being started. It lines up better for Swagger. So if he executes this very well, he definitely has a chance of breaking through. But don't forget the Oracle is something that can definitely change things up. Like if he leaves no stalkers at home,
that can kill like every single pro.
Yeah. So this is one of those crazy situations. But you know what? The thing is, with the Nexus cannon, you can kind of hold on and warp in a bunch more units. So, you know, Parting, he might be okay against this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. A lot of this will come down to execution, just control and everything else like that. All right, so it looks like Blake's almost done. That's going to make these stalkers now move out.
The Oracle is going across the map.
Now, one thing about when the Nexus cannon is triggered is oftentimes you just want to leave the Nexus entirely. If you're those stalkers, not trying to fight that Nexus head on, just let that thing burn out with its energy.
Yeah, like the natural Nexus is dead. Swagger can kill that. That doesn't matter. That has no bearing on this game right now.
No.
What has bearing is how does the Oracle do? Okay, he does the Nexus Cannon, so that's going to hold it off for now, but as that runs out, he needs to have more Stalkers there. So it looks like he'll probably just go and get a Nexus kill, is my best guess. Because there's only one Nexus Cannon right now for parting, so he has to choose very wisely which he uses. He uses that one, and, ooh, with the one Void Ray, actually doing a pretty good job holding that ramp with those Zealots.
And actually, yeah, nice deflection there. Now he has some more time. He might actually just end up holding that Nexus. A lot of times we see people, just give up the Nexus in this situation. But partying in this time around, not the case. Now he does have a good amount of energy, 98 energy right now.
He has to Nexus Cannon again so he can warp in more Stalkers because he really needs to kill that Nexus. That has to be his decision at this point. That or, well, I don't know how he goes for the kill really. That's hard against Zealot Void Ray.
Yeah, it really is.
But when Zealot Void Ray is trying to zone you out of a Nexus and you have Blink Stalkers, if you have enough of them, you should be able to micro against this.
Yeah, we got 2 Void Rays out now. Third one almost complete. Guardian Shield now coming up here.
He has to be really on top of dealing damage here. He can't be wasting any volleys. He needs to be hitting something. There you go. He's doing a good job. Picking off some Zealots, picking off the shields on this Nexus.
Third Void Ray now coming out here. Notice how he's blinking back.
He's really hurt that Nexus quite a bit. This is a very good hold by parting so far.
Now he might want to wait for these Void Rays to just run out of that charge here.
Yeah, he probably wants... Oh, he's losing... Oh, that was a little bit more Stalkers he really wanted to lose here.
All right, and the charge runs out.
He's got to be blinking. Okay,
I didn't actually think he was going to get that at first.
This is getting closer and closer for parting right now. There are 13 Stalkers out, and the Oracle's going back. The Oracle is going back into the main base.
And a lot more damage being dealt over here.
Yeah, this is really bad for Swagger. Swagger has almost no time left to get something done.
Man, with those 2 Void Rays out here.
You know, the execution here has simply been better for parting.
It really has been.
Swagger's initial attack that got completely foiled, that was very painful. The fact that parting comes right back in, he really, as I was saying, you can't waste a single volley when you're going in there because the Nexus can only last you so long.
Right.
And he got the Nexus very low, but he didn't kill it. He needed to decide, like, do I volley this down or do I really try to kill the entire army? And he was kind of hemming and hawing in between a little bit, which he needed to do a little bit. But he did a little bit too much, and now he's got 14 probes.
Okay, now he's pushing up over here. And, he's doing a nice job controlling these Void Rays right now. Parting is, the blinks are good, but are they good enough here?
This is looking pretty good for parting at this point, Taste. It's a huge supply lead, a huge economy lead.
He's pushing Swagger farther and farther back.
Yeah.
Robotics Bay almost done here for parting as he is still free to tech.
And saving those Void Rays. Ooh, very, very painful. Just more Stalkers now on the high ground. Swagger's basically dead at this point. And you know what? I think the problem here was for Swagger is he chose the wrong strategies. You notice the game that went a bit longer with a macro build he did fine in, which was Belshare.
And he went for the Stalker, Nexus Snipe twice here. And you can see parting is not phased by this build. And this probably is his build that's too typical on the ladder. Oh, nice control there. GG. It's probably such a typical build for parting to experience.
Oh, certainly.
He probably just has his fail-safe for something like this.
Ooh, that's good. I like that shot and shot.
Yeah.
But you can see Swagger's a little bit annoyed with himself there. But you know what? Let's think about what we think about for parting. He's the best at executing things in the world, basically, for us.
Yeah.
Like, he's better at executing than Rain, for sure.
He is.
He's, as far as I can tell, the best. So, for Swagger to put all his eggs into the execute battle, like, parting is going to micro perfectly against you.
Yeah.
So unless you also have perfect micro, you're going to have a terribly hard time. Realistically, that was just the wrong set of strategies, those two, to use
I thought it would have been okay to do once, but the second time I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
You could see that that's just not a build that parting's going to lose to. And considering
it would take parting to kill parting maybe on that.
Well said. And when you consider the fact that game number 1 was won in a clean, fair fight from Swagger, you have to ask yourself, was it even really worth it to do something that's a little bit more all-in-ish 2 times in a row?
I have to go with you on that because parting is so much about the micro, so much about getting off perfect attacks or holding off perfect attacks. Wrong choices by Swagger.
Seemed a bit needless. We're going to go to our winners match after this short break, so stay tuned here at GOMTV.net.